Hi guys, hey chess lovers. Yeah, I'm back, baby. Let's have some fun. Bullet Brawl, April 25th. Happy anniversary to me. 1 year married with my beautiful wife, Morgan. Gracious enough to let me play. And then after this, we're going to go to a nice dinner and go to a nice hot tub. So I'm looking forward to my day. This is a great day. A little bit of chess, a little bit of love, a little bit of good food, a little bit of tub. Awesome sauce. I knew I needed you so. Looks like we got a Boston's playing today. So we got Chess Sharks, Josem, Dropstone. Oh man, 3000s are in here today, guys. Let's do this. I'm already hocked up on my coffee, but a little bit more won't hurt, right? Oh, won't you please be my little baby? Let's see how much time we got. 53 seconds, guys. Woo! Actually, I think I might switch my music up to a little bit of trap music. Here we go. This looks good. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. There we go, guys. Boom, boom, boom. All right, 20 seconds till we get started. Here we go, guys. We got our Bullet Brawl getting started here, April 25th. 3000s galore. Let's have some fun. 20 seconds. Get ready, get ready, get ready. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. 2, 1. Awesome. All right, 2500 first round, E4. Let's take that centaur, D6. We got a perk over here. Knight C3, F4. Queen takes D4 usually gets played here. Bishop to D3. Let's go ahead and castle. Get our king to safety over here. Anytime you make this move, it's a good idea to just jump out the pin. Interesting. I'm impressed they haven't taken yet. We'll take here. Take here, maybe? Yeah, we'll take here. Pawn takes bishop F4, and then play pawn to E5 here. Awesome. Yeah. Knight just takes here. We'll go queen to G3. A little bit of pressure on H7, a little pressure there. They're going to play G6 here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. B3 might get played in the future, but definitely rook A, E1. Okay, rook A, E. We'll play B3 real quick. Now rook over to D1, a little pressure on the queen. No threats just yet. And let's go rook over here. Rook over to E4. They got to defend against that. At bishop H6, bishop G5. Let's play bishop G5 real quick here. The tempo there. The real threat is to go here. As you can see here, our opponent's pretty lame. They just keep looking for trades. Queen F4, a double threat here, but threatening checkmate here. They did stop my checkmate, though. Bishop takes. Yeah, there. H4, H5. Time's getting a little bit low here. H5 is my new idea. Let's try that out. They can't take or else there. So pawn takes here. Pawn takes in check. Rook to E1, I guess. We'll just trade. And C4 here. Queen to E6. Queen H4. Yeah, they did a good job. Very good defense from my opponent. Good game. On to the next one. Here we go. Knight to F6 at 2700, almost 2800. She's a King's Indian player. C5, Knight C6, D5. Oh, interesting. D4 got played. Typically, they don't play this structure. A5, A4, A3 is the idea. Knight C5 will most likely get played. A3. Let's make the dark squares a little bit weak. Rook takes on A3. Let's go queen to E7 here. Defending the pawn, and we can still take on B2. I'm sorry, A2 over here. They've stopped that idea. Knight takes D4 is not working just yet. Let's go H6 here, stopping bishop G5 ideas. Okay. I'll go rook to e8 here. e5 is not really an idea just yet. Knight e5 here is actually not a bad idea for them. And we'll just take here. Bishop takes here. They're not going to try to mess up the pawn structure at all. King to h7. If they take, it's a move. Not very good, but it's a move. Queen e7 is their idea. Let's go knight g4. King takes. I'm giving myself the escape square. Oh, knight back to f6. They're clocking me really well here. Rook takes on a2. Yeah, I dropped a piece there. Dang it. Rook takes. Rook back to d2. We'll take the pawn here on d4. Rook takes. Ugh. Very good play from my opponent. Rook takes check. King e8. Pawn takes. Rook e1. Knight takes g6. King there. Yeah, good game. I'm just too far down time and too far down in position. What's up, quackers? Definitely no backgammon today. Hey, it's just with Akeem. How's it going, dude? Uh-oh, we get to attack the Scandi. I didn't know he played Scandi. I guess he's like me and likes to have fun and play as many different openings as possible. Let's go knight to f3. Bishop to d3. Queen takes on d3. Let's go to castle queen side. He's already trying to stop ideas. King to b1. Bishop c1 ideas. g4 is definitely in the future. Rook g1 so I can play g4, g5. He castles queen side. Let's go ahead and play knight to e4. Knight back there. Queen to b3. I'll probably play queen there because he's scared of me. Pawn takes, of course. c3. Knight b3. Knight e5 here. I mean, it's not like it's a bad position for me, so I'm not particularly scared. I'm just trying to keep the game alive. Knight to f3. Knight takes d7 ideas. Knight g6 ideas. Let's go f4. Pawn takes. e6 becomes weak at the end of this. Rook over here. Bishop d2, c4 idea. Probably sees it. He stops it. Okay. Bishop check, king back. Bishop there. g6 idea. Okay. Not a bad position here. Let's go g6. Rook takes check idea. Double the rooks. c5 here, just keeping it very, very good for me. e6 falls. Rook back over here. e6 is pretty devastating here. Let's do it. d7. Rook here, rook here. Should be a winning endgame. Rook over here. Rook check here should be winning. And I don't see how he can stop it. Even if he doubles the rooks and goes for these checks, I don't think it's going to work. Rook f8. Check, check. Yep, good game. Good game. Here we go. e4, c5, Sicilian time. g6. Here we go. The Alpine Sicilian. We're going to play pawn takes d5 here. Knight c6 is basically like a French over here. Knight c6, bishop b5 will most likely get played. Bishop d7 to defend. Castles. Rook c8. Bishop takes here. Not a move I want to play, it's a move I have to play. f6 here to let the knight retreat back to f7 when they go queen to d2. Perfect. e6 is actually a really interesting move here. Knight to e4. Pawn takes on e4. Okay. e6 is a little bit weak here, but a little bit hard to attack. Funny enough. Queen d6. Knight takes g6 here. Rook f6 here, and I can take on e6 next move. Knight f7 is a move, but only for one tempo. Queen b6. Okay. Knight takes h6. Like a good annoying move here. Very good annoying move. Queen takes on b2. Pawn takes on e4. Uh-oh, am I losing on time here? All right, rook f5. King takes. Bishop takes. Double the rooks. Threatening to take on f2 here. Check. Bishop b5 here. Doesn't do anything. Let's go queen back to b6. Rook, queen c7. I'm going after this stupid pawn. Rook f4. Knight h6 check. Doesn't do anything. Rook f3. Rook takes on g3. Check. Okay. Yeah, time. Good game, Hugo. Good game. Oh my gosh. Everyone's playing fast today. Don't worry. I'll be getting my coffee pretty soon. I had to take my cough drops. I'm still sick. Here we go. G6, bishop D7. Bishop takes here, castles. C5. We have to break the center here. D5. Knight C6. Attacking the pawn. Bishop back. We're going to play this very simple B6, bishop A6 idea. Knight A5. Okay. We'll play knight A5 right away. They can play B4 here. Bishop A6 gives me that free tempo I'm looking for. We'll take on here because why wouldn't we? And knight C4 is not a bad move. Knight B7, knight to D6. Not bad for me at all. Queen D7. Ideas in the future. They could go knight C6 here. Queen E7 there. I am going to have to try to get rid of this guy. Let's go F6 here. And knight C6, queen to D7. The idea is to try to get to A4 so I can dislodge this guy right there. If I cannot, then I will be doomed with it for the rest of the game. The other move here is rook E8 and prepare pawn to E5. So let's go knight E4 here, pawn takes, and then pawn to E5 here. If we open up this position, our extra rook will actually be good for us. Free tempo, tempos. Okay, queen takes on E3 check. Pawn takes, winning. Queen F3 check. Rook takes on F4. Checkmate. Yeah, he tried to keep the position closed. I was able to open it. There we go, guys. There we go. Game on, game on. Here we go. Pawn to E4, pawn to D4, C3, and F4. They're going to go D5, E5, knight F3. This is where they try to just make all the trades on the light square. So queen takes. Then they're going to bring the knight to F5. Bishop E3. I'll leave the knight here, the bishop there, so if they want to take. And actually, I'm going to see what they're up to here. Yeah. We take on D5 at the right opportunity here. So pawn takes here, C5 ideas are in the future. Knight E4, knight D6, and F6 check here. This is good for me. Notice that they can't take back here because pawn to C5 will get played. Never mind. This is one of those, I didn't realize this was a 3000. Here we go. Queen E4, Queen E5, bishop takes check there. They're just destroying me here. They're getting everything they want and a little bit more. Let's go rook B3, get ready to double the rooks. Bishop C4, we should probably get rid of this knight. Okay. We have a passed pawn over there, rook there. G5. Rook just takes now. Let's go over here. Rook back. We got to get to the defense now. They're going to lose this pawn, but yeah. Rook takes. They're going to probably just win on time here. C6. Rook here. Rook check. Rook here. Rook check. Rook here. I could take on F7 here. Rook here. Theoretically a better position, but lost on time and not even close. Oh my gosh. Good game. Yeah, that was a very nice fight for my opponent. Did I miss a move in between? Okay. Here we go. Sicilian time, C5. Again, another out pin. Very popular these days. Ooh, but they take on D5 this time. We're getting the aggressive version A6, B5. Perfect. Bishop B7. Knight takes on D5. Trades are good for me, obviously. Pawn to E6. Let's just overprotect this square. Interesting move. Knight to D7. I guess they're looking to play, bishop H6 here. Knight takes E5 is a move, so I'll play that real quick, I guess. Bishop takes on D5. And now I'm threatening here and here. So I win a pawn. Pawn takes. Rook to E8. Threatening to take on B2 next. Yeah, a little Inter-Samoa there really helped me out. Bishop takes on B2, of course. Why not? If you're going to be worse, you might as well have an extra pawn for it. At least that's my saying. Let's go bishop G7. King takes. Queen to F6 after they do this. So back rank checkmating ideas. And rook to E2. Threatening F2 and A2. So I think we just take on A2 now. And then, is there any ideas here? Queen F5 I'll play. Queen C3 check. Let's go rook over here. So if they do the check now, I go Queen E5. Queen F6, Rook E6 now. And there they go. Let's go rook here. Getting ready to trade off a pair of rooks if I can. Rook takes on F2. Double the rooks is good here. Awesome. So I'm not the only one having fun here. And then h5, h4 is my new threat. Trying to jump on the check. Awesome. All right, queen e5 check. Doesn't do anything. Rook f4. Maybe queen e3 is next for me. Everything's guarded, so I have some tricks here. All right, queen to here. Now I have rook e1 idea, which is really strong. Rook e1. Rook takes. Checkmate. Oof. Yeah, they tried just to go for the cheapo, but I think they were probably just lost. What's going on, Oscar? Let's do this. Yeah, he usually plays the perk. And usually I get attacked, so usually he's trying to make trades in our game. Here we go, knight f3. Queen to g3, attacking the knight. The f5 move is always pretty interesting here. Bishop to d3. e5. He'll play knight to e4 here. I think I know him pretty well now. c3. Knight f5 maybe, or he might take on f3. Queen f2. Guarding over here. Getting ready to castle. Bishop d5 is not very good now. He's going for the bishop c5 ideas. Okay, queen e1. g4 is my new idea. And it works out decently. Knight g5, attacking here. Oh, I missed the free rook. Okay, bishop to d2. Rook to d1. Bishop c4, or he'll take there. Bishop c1. Okay. I wouldn't mind getting the queen to h5 here. Rook f3 is a good idea for me here too. Let's go rook f3 and get ready to double the rooks. La da 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 da. Double the rooks is perfect timing here. c4 should just be winning now, because if they move, then it takes in check, winning the queen. So takes, takes. Pawn c7 looks really strong here. Rook d8 check, and then I get a new queen. Okay, rook to d8. I don't see any good force moves here. We're going to make a queen. It'll threaten here. Going for the cheapo. I respect that. I respect the cheapo, guys. Just making sure I'm awake and not falling asleep. All right, here we go. John Cena. e4. Here we go. d4. Let's take that centaur. c3. Pawn to f4. e5. Knight to f3. Bishop d3. Again, this is that very popular way to play. Very, very boring. h3. Queen takes. h4. They're going to try to kill all my counterplay. Knight to d2. b3. c4 ideas. Let's go c4 fast, or else we won't be able to get it later. And then, let's see here. We'll go c5 ourselves here. b4, they'll play b6. And then we'll try to look for some kingside action over here. We have to take, because if we don't, then we'll just be worse. Knight to e5 here looks decent enough. Pawn takes here, because g6 is so weak, I think we're probably just winning now. Yeah, bishop just takes on g6 now. He'll trade everything off, because he's cool like that. And then we're going to trade, only because we see that this is weak. This is weak. And I didn't see any penetration squares for his pieces to get in. With two passed pawns here, I should be okay. Queen takes h4. Queen g4. Because of this check right here. Queen takes in check. Oh gosh, I might be in trouble now. Bishop h5. Queen check. King to d1. f1. Okay. King f2. King e2. I don't know. We'll go king e2 here. King f1. And take a draw here if we have to. Okay. Queen f6 check. He's trying to flag me. God bless him. And he's going to flag me. Dang it. Good, 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 good. All right. Here we go. The coffee's being inserted, guys. All right. Here we go. Close Sicilian here. d6, pawn takes, knight f6. Let's castle. Ah, this is actually not really close Sicilian all the time. A lot of times they're just going to play for the center here. e5, d5. Oh, perfect. I'll take because I want to open up the game a little bit. Bishop d7. Knight b5 was the best move. They didn't play it. Rook to c8. Knight b5, still a great move. Knight to c6, knight b5, still a good move. Knight takes. Queen takes is good. And then let's go bishop c6. They should take on f6 here, winning the d6 pawn. Pawn just takes here. Confession, so clang. Bishop takes c6 is okay for me. Rook takes on c6 is okay for me. Let's go queen b6 check. He'll try to trade queens here because his endgame is much better than mine. And his king's definitely a little bit more vulnerable. So queen a6, of course, we're going to say no to the trade. Where's he playing? Knight e4 or d5? Doubling the rooks is definitely an idea for me. Let's go rook takes here because he wants to play knight to d5. Knight d5 he gets to play. Rook to d6. Bishop d4 ideas with doubling the rooks is in the future. Knight c7 is an idea. We'll take and check. We'll go queen to a5 here. Kind of some threats. Rook to d8. Queen c5 check. Rook to d6. Knight to e3. Rook to e6. Okay. Bishop to d4. Putting pressure there. Queen c2 check ideas are in the air. Queen c2 check. And then, oh gosh, rook e2 doesn't do anything. Bishop to b6. There's something here, but I can't see it. There's checkmate on f2 ideas. King g7. He played queen c3 check here. Rook ce3. Okay, good game. Here we go. Knight f3, e6, d5, pawn takes. Bishop e7 here. Maybe he's trying to trade or something. I'm not too sure. Let's castle. Pawn to c5, knight to c6, bishop to e6. We're getting free tempos over here. Let's go queen to b6, a little pressure on b3. Knight to a5 is the idea here. Find the weakness and then attack it. Queen takes on b3. And then queen back to b6. I don't think there was a good discovery there. Oh, now there's a good discovery. Good job from my opponent. He found it. He didn't find it. He made it. And that's a big distinction. Very good job. Queen to d7. Okay, now I just don't like the guy because he's playing lame. All right, h6, d4. He'll make some trades here, of course. He'll make the trades. Bishop to d5. Queen g4 idea. Knight takes d4 idea. Let's go pawn takes. Oh, I missed my queen was being attacked. Dang it. Good game. Good game. I am for real. Here we go. G6. Oh, he's playing the very fun King's Indian attack, guys. Let's do it. D4, E5. Then he brings the knight to E1, F6. We've played this a few times before, and it gets more and more fun every time. Not for me. I really don't like this line, but I'm sure he really likes this. All right, here we go. King to H8, rook to G8, knight to H6, queen to E7. Actually, we'll take on D3, try to open up the position a little bit. And then I'll play. I guess knight takes here is not too bad. Queen here, bishop H6 idea. Okay, taking on G5. G6 is an idea. Dang it. Really fun stuff here. Knight E7. Pawn takes. Doesn't do anything. G7. And then I have to play H6 here, which is quite terrible. Ugh. Luckily for me, the knight doesn't... Oh, no, the knight should get to G4 here. All right, let's go bishop D7, bishop here. Perfect. Knight takes on C6. Takes. I don't really understand his idea here. Okay. Was this good for him or something? Bishop takes, rook c8. Did I lose something? I feel like the attack is a lot worse now, and I don't really know what he got out of this. B5. I guess he's just going to try to win on time. A6. Rook c6. Rook to d6, I guess. King over, rook over. Yeah, he's a very solid player. Okay. Knight c6. Knight e5. Knight c4. Knight takes. Knight here. Okay. Good game. Obviously, much better position, but He did get a very good attack, which slows down me. Ah, we have an elephant gambit here. Knight takes, d4, e4. Interesting. I guess just knight back to g1. Pawn c3 here. Bishop c4 in the future. Bishop b5. Let's go knight e2, knight f4 idea. I'd like to go to h5 if I can. d5 is not really a threat. Bishop takes on f4. Interesting. I'll take the pawn on c7. It's less about winning the pawn. It's just stopping them from castling. That's what I'm really about here. So bishop g3. Bishop e2, e3. Let's castle. And you have to be careful. Here come the attacking ideas. But I think with my bishop coming to f3 with temples to attack the queen should be okay. Let's go rook c1. Ideas to go b3 and c4. Perfect. b3, c4. And d5 is coming. Perfect. Oh, gosh. He did not like that bind that was happening there. And I can't say I don't blame him. Here we go. e4. Pawn takes. d4. Oh, man. h3. Yeah, it kind of feels like that sometimes. Yeah. No worries. Have you seen how much I've been streaming on TikTok? Are you proud of me? Here we go. Bishop e2, playing bishop f3. If the knight goes to c6, we take right away. Queen a4, let's add some pressure. Bishop f3 is getting played next. Bishop f4 is actually not so bad. Let's play bishop f4 real quick. If they take, we take on c6. Bishop f3 now gets played, threatening to take on c6. Let's just castle here. And b4 is an idea. Let's go for it. Aw, man. They're not playing any of my fun stuff here. Rook c1, and then b5 is next. Rook over to d1, then rook takes. I should have played bishop d6 there. Dang it. Okay, queen b3. Man, my time is not looking good here. Bishop to e2. Okay, b5, pawn takes. Okay. Queen c2, rook g3 is going to come to the future. Rook to g3. Here it comes, guys. Here it comes. Queen to c3. Bishop to e5. Bishop f3, free tempo. Okay, bishop e5 here. Okay, I got some threats, but it's really just not enough here. Caught me red-handed, in at the girl next door. Picture this, we were both playing chess. Bathroom door. Okay, h4, rook check, king h2. Rook check mates. With 0.001. Oh my god, bro. Oh my gosh. Here we go. e4, take that centaur. d6, d4, knight c3, f4. All right, here we go with our Austrian attack against a... Oh gosh, what's this called again? A perk. Knight f3 here. Bishop b5. I'm going to take and take. Actually, I don't really want to. Knight takes on e5 here. Knight. Oh, this is losing. Oh, they missed it. Sweet. Knight takes b5. Pawn takes. a6. Knight to d4. Knight c3. Let's go knight c3. Let's castle. Free tempo. I was going to castle queenside, but it's just not working out. Okay. Bishop e3. And let's go b4, b5 ideas. This looks very strong because their pieces are... Look at their pieces. Oh, sleepy sleepies. Sleepy Joes. Pawn takes. Let's go knight to d5, threatening knight b6 ideas. Oh, he just take on b5 now. Knight b6. Okay. Rook to d1 here. Trying to stay active. Pawn takes on b5. Oh, okay. Let's go rook a3. Funny enough, it's still having a hard time getting their pieces into the game. Okay. Rook takes. Pawn will queen. Nice. Yes, there we go, guys. Ah, what? It's just for the king. Yo, what's up, bro? G6, Sicilian time. Bishop G7, knight C6 here. Knight to F6. Pawn takes E5 variation. Knight to G8. Knight to H6, getting ready to castle. Let's go for it. Let's do it. I don't mind d6 or d5 here. Let's go a5 real quick here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know this line. Let's go queen c7 here. I assume g4 is going to get played. Rook to b8. You're completely wrong. Oh my god. Am I gonna she call me red? Alright, here we go. d6. Pawn takes. And then rook over back. I just did this so I could try to get my pieces active here. Because that's the most important thing I could do right now. f5 is actually not such a bad move here. She never took her eyes off me. Queen c8. Pawn takes here. And then I have like knight f7 there, which is interesting. Queen to e3. Knight to f7. Yeah, we'll do knight to f7 here. Queen takes on e6 he could play. Queen to a6 here. No trades is good for me. I need to keep the pieces on the board. Rook over here. Bishop takes c6 will he play, or will he go queen takes c6 yet? One more time. a4. Pawn takes ideas. Queen c4. Queen takes a2. I have to take on e1 now. Queen takes a2. Is he threatening something? He's threatening back rank checkmate. Rook takes. Check. King takes. a3. Queen back. King back. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, man. Hey, Lila, how's it going? Here we go. Knight f6, e6, c5. We play modern Benoni sometimes. Not today. d5, main line. Let's go a6, threatening takes. Pawn takes here. Good move. Knight c6, bishop e7. Let's castle. Bishop to e6. Knight g5 is not a bad move here. Doesn't do insanely amount, but not a bad move. Let's go knight takes d4. Let's go h6. And then I'll just go bishop e6 because I'm cool. Rook c8, knight a5, knight c4. Okay, here we go. She's threatening to play the queen to d3. Bishop f8 with ideas in the future. What are the ideas? Don't tell me. She needs to get rid of this knight. So knight h5 idea, I guess, is an idea. And then she might bring the queen back to d3, which I'll bring the knight back to f6, and I'll accept the draw if she goes queen back to g3. Pawn takes. Okay, queen takes. Bishop e5 wins. So we go g6 now with the bishop f5 idea. So bishop e5 is a good move. Bishop g7 to defend. She's doing a great job as usual. Knight d5, king takes. Okay. Let's go bishop f5 here. Pins ideas. Okay. Let's go bishop takes, pawn to c3. Bishop takes d5 is a good idea. Okay. Knight takes c3. Threatening here, threatening check. So just takes here. Knight f6, queen takes. Rook takes, queen takes. Queen to f4. Rook to c2. Checkmate on f2. h5. Queen to d2. Queen to e2. Oh gosh, I'm going to get flagged here. Yeah. King over. Good game, Lila. Oh gosh. Yeah, let me just do this real quick. All right, there we go. e4. Knight to f3, knight to c3. And we'll just play regular Scotch today. I'm not feeling anything crazy. Ooh, this is a 2700. Maybe I should play a little bit more solid. Pawn takes, bishop g5. Queen to f3, h3 to stop bishop g4 ideas. They're not bad at first, but they get worse later on with the trapping the queen. Rook b8 typically gets played. I stop that. Rook over here, bishop f6. Knight to a4, also stopping e5 ideas. Pawn to b3. And we'll bring the bishop back to f1 here. Their idea was to go c5, or c4, sorry. Let's go queen g3. Bishop c7 ideas, and also simple bishop takes on h6 ideas. Okay, pawn takes here. So now bishop here should win at least the exchange because the queen has to go to b4. There we go. A nice forkaroonie right there. Let's go c4. And we need to get these rooks more active. Bishop takes, pawn takes. Knight's a little bit weak here, but trades are good for us. Let's go queen to d6 here. The hope is just to trade something off. And then go rook over here. Bishop d4 can't get played. Rook checks here. Queen checks here. And then what's the next move? Queen to d5? Oh god, I'm about to flag. The next move is for me to flag. Okay. Rook e1. Rook e7 is the idea, but that doesn't work. And flags. No. Awesome. Here we go. Knight f6. I believe she likes to play the king's Indian attack, and it looks like I am right. She is very fast and very, very solid. Here we go. e6, h6, b5, knight to e3, a6, pawn takes, bishop b7, pawn takes, pawn to d4. This is not a move I typically like to play, but it's going to be good in these lines for me, particularly, just because, although it's not very good, it's helping me out by not losing. Little threats there. Let's go knight to e5, I guess. Bishop takes. Queen takes, I guess. King. Yeah, queen takes, king takes. She snuck a pawn out for me. Pawn takes, rook over. Rook b6. Oh, bases. Rook c6. Let's go rook check and just bother her. The king can't really make too much progress here. Me and the rest of my heathens. Rook check here, rook over. Dang, look at this work she's doing. Rook e2. Rook takes. Get ready for the checks. Rook here. Okay. Rook takes. Okay, rook here. Checks here. Checks here, rook takes. Rook here. I'm going to lose my piece. Rook check. Oh, I'm actually winning now, but the time's very low. d2. d1 queen. Rook takes check. Check. Bishop takes. Queen takes. Whoa, she resigned? Wow, she's way too nice for me, guys. I would have tried to clock me like nobody's business. e4. Sicilian time. d4. Knight takes. Knight to b3. Knight to c3. Bishop d3. Pawn takes. Let's castle. Pawn takes on c3. Rook to b1. This is my Jesse James gambit here. Bishop a3 attacking the rook. Queen to f3 threatening bishop takes on h7 check. Interesting. Let's go rook to d1 here, threatening to check and take the queen. They played there, makes sense. Let's play queen to g3 here. Interesting. Knight c5. Little threat of knight to e4 here. Okay. Bishop to f1, I guess. Rook takes b7. I get my pawn back. And rook b1. I'll just try not to make a trade here, just because. Let's go h4. c3. Eesh, I feel like I'm wasting so much time here, but I really want to get the bishop to d4. All right, bishop to d4 looks good. Back ring checkmate ideas. Maybe they just take. Okay, rook takes on a7, threatening to double the rooks now. Pawn takes. Restrain and maintain. Okay, that's a bad move for me. Rook a5, rook takes. And that's game over for me. I missed that free piece. No good way to defend that bishop. I guess queen takes on e5. Oh, what am I thinking? The rook can just take. My bad. I was thinking that either they trade queens there or allow me to keep my queens on the board. Yeah. All right, knight f3, knight f6, g6, bishop d7. Let's castle over here. c5. We have another King's Indian Attack. Oh, actually a c4 symmetrical variation. Queen takes d5. Knight c7. I want to go knight to e6. In these lines, we can get plenty of good counterplay here. Bishop b7 guarding the knight. h6 gets played. Knight to e6, and the knight will go to d4 here. A very nice, good positional game. Queen to d2, attacking on h6. And now we'll go rook to c8 with knight to d4 in the future war. g5 is a move I don't mind playing here at all. They could sacrifice on g5, but I get to play f5, g4 here. So they're going to end up sacrificing now. Because if they don't sacrifice, well, they're just going to be down a piece for no reason. Knight takes g5 is a move. I don't think it's particularly insane. h6, bishop takes, interesting. Let's go knight to d4 here. Yeah, knight to d4 here is perfect. Okay. Queen c6. Looking at checkmating ideas. Queen c7. They have knight g6 here. Check. Which, yeah, not too sad about. King h7. Have to be careful with checkmating ideas. This knight's actually very strong. And, well, I guess I don't care about it too much. Check. Takes. They can add the check in here. King h8, I should be okay. I'm not getting checkmated at least. King h8, h6. Let's go queen f3 real quick. Queen to g4. Trading off the queens is good for me, but as far as time is concerned, it's not too good. Rook takes. Rook takes. Check, king up, king up, king up. Would be nice. But yeah, b5. Yeah, he's just going to clock me, unfortunately. If I was a better player, I'd be able to win that. Unfortunately, I am not. Here we go, Joaquin Castro. Let's go. e4, c5, Sicilian time. d4 takes, knight to c3. Here we go. We got the symmetrical variation of Accelerated Dragon. h3. Actually, a4 here to kill b5 right away. But they play a6, b5. This is still very good for black. Knight to d5. They're at least equality over here. The hope is that they always take. He's a good player. He will not take. Excuse me. We'll go rook a2 here, which looks weird, but I want to play b3. And, oh gosh, knight b4 is just bad for me. Oh, nice. He didn't play it. Bishop f4, rook to d8 is a good move. Interesting. Queen to d2. Trying to double the rooks. I could take the pawn on b4. I could take the pawn on b4. Was just making sure there's no good discoveries. I didn't see one. This knight is not usually a very good piece for us. As you can see, it doesn't go anywhere. Let's go to play rook to d1, and I can get out of this pin. Knight to d4 here. Bishop g5. If I could trade off these guys, it's usually pretty good for me. It's one of the best defenders for the king. Let's go. Oh gosh, I don't want to trade off, but I think I have to. Knight to e2, and I don't do it. I think I got to trade, but I'm not going to. Rook to b2, pawn to c4. Let's go h4, h5, h6. My time is getting very low now. I should double the rooks here, put a little bit of pressure there. Knight to d4, rook to d3, just guarding on b3 for now. Rook c3, everything looks guarded. Let's go queen f6, checkmate ideas. Pawn to f4, queen to g5, check there. Queen takes. Oh, he was forcing the queen trade. Good game. He's fast today. He's fast today. He is playing very fast but very accurately. Usually I'm able to... I think typically he's usually up on time, but typically I'm able to make enough attacks, but way too fast today. Here we go. e4, c5, Sicilian time. g6, pawn takes. Bishop g7. We got a good Sicilian here. We're playing against the Marazzi bind. Little do they know. They can't bind me, fool. Here we go. a5, a4, a3. Let's create some counterplay on the queen side. Queen to a5 here. Queen to b6. A little pressure on b2. Bishop to e6. c4 is a little bit of a weakness we could work on. b3, pawn takes. Rook f to c8. Knight b4. Trades are good for us. Bishop b3 probably will get played at some point. Bishop takes here. I'm not too scared about. Knight to a5. Little pressure on b3. Takes here I'm quite okay with. Knight to e4, hopefully. Queen over here. Knight to e4. Knight c3 threat. Knight b5 will probably get played first. Queen over here. And let's go knight c5 here. Perfect timing. Yep, I got to be worried about that pawn to b4 idea. Funny enough, I think that The b4 was just winning by itself. I want to take on c2 here. Dang it. He's doing a great job because I'm having a very tough time here. I have to like redo this. All right, knight here, knight here. Queen e8. Okay. No, I don't want no screw. Knight b7, knight c5. No threats right now. But it doesn't mean there won't be any later. A file's opened up. Perfect. But my time is getting very low. Knight d7. Knight c5, knight e5. Here we go. Knight e5. Alright, rook b2. Alright, rook takes b3. I broke through finally, but it took too much time. Rook takes. Knight takes. Alright. Yeah, good game. Alright, here we go. We got a woman's cabinet master. e4, c5, Sicilian time. g6, pawn takes. Bishop g7, knight c6, knight to f6. Oh, I missed a free piece there. Alright, you don't miss it twice. e5 is the best move. He doesn't play it. d6, let's castle. Let's play bishop g4 first. We'll see if they... Oh, perfect. We could trade. Trades are good for us here. c5. Let's go queen b6 to play queen to b7. Rook to b8 here. Knight a4 most likely. Queen b7. Knight takes on e4. f5 I can play. And also e6 here too. The knight looks great here. Where's the knight going here? e6. Is the knight trapped? It looks trapped. Pawn takes here. Maybe just take on d5 first was best. But with the knight trapped in the middle of the board, I think we're okay. Okay. Let's go king g7 here. And queen to f7. Okay. Bishop f6, bishop h6. Let's go bishop h6 here, rook to g8. Okay, queen to f6 here. I have to be careful with this bishop b2 nonsense. Yeah, that's such a strong move here, huh? Let's go rook g8, going for the cheapo of knight f2 checkmate. All right, rook takes, rook over here. This is knight c3. Actually, rook takes here, knight takes, and I could take the rook here. So then rook to g6, but I'm going to lose on time. Knight to g8. Bishop takes on f4. Rook h6. Trying just to win on time here, I guess. Not how I like to win, but I'll take it. Sorry. All right, here we go. e4. Let's take that centaur. d6, knight d4. We're playing against a good old Grand Prix. We get our, perk alert, e5. 3 pawns in the center. I'm loving it. Knight to e4. c5 is the best move, which I will play pawn to c3 against. F takes, trying to keep the f file open. Bishop c4. e6 ideas if they just castle. Perfect. Let's just castle real quick. If they play the queen to b6, king h1. This pawn structure is not bad for me right now. Knight takes on e5 because they were threatening with the pin. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Knight g5 here. I guess I'll play knight g5 here. They'll probably play the bishop back to f6. Oh, okay. Queen e2 here. Attacking here. If they don't play bishop f6 here, I'll be surprised. Okay, well, I can't help it, guys. We're going for it. g4. Okay. King g1. Rook f3. Oh, that's actually a lot stronger than I thought it was going to be. Queen to g2 here. The main problem here really is just time. As usual, right? At least for me. So pawn takes. Rook to g8 is pretty strong here. Let's play bishop e3 and play rook e1 after queen d3 is what I'm assuming they're going to play. Oh, wow, they're getting low on time here too. Okay. Rook g1, they'll take on f5 now, I think. Knight to f3. Rook g1, knight takes g5 ideas. All right, rook f1 real quick, queen e4. All right, knight takes g5, bishop takes g5. Bishop f4 takes. Sorry. Wish I had more there, but there's nothing there. Here we go, e4. Let's take that centaur. We're playing against a French, Monte Carlo time. And we're going to take on d5 just to mess up the pawn structure. Knight to c3. Knight to f3. Bishop c4. Let's hold on to this just for a little bit longer. Rook e1, knight to e5. Bishop e3. They're going to play b5. Knight e5 here. Because it comes a threat of bishop f4, knight g6 check, which wins the queen. Queen f3 to hold on to the pawn a little bit longer. Let's play h3 here. I'm not too sure what that did, but a4, a5 idea. Just trying to kick the knight away. All right, a5. Bishop g5 is kind of good. h6, bishop h4. Queen takes f5 here. Ah, gosh, too long to think here. g5. Queen takes f5. Bishop g3, f4. Bishop h2. The diagonal becomes really weak, though, now. Let's go queen to d3. Bishop c2 idea. A little bit scary, but doesn't do anything just yet. Okay. Oh, wow, she's 2300 or 2800. Knight takes on c6. d5. Rook e6. Okay. Queen to d4. Queen c4. Queen c4 because I need to hold on to this knight. Bishop to a4. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Knight d5 takes. Just losing a piece here. Good game. Wow. Wow. Definitely better, but I was not up to task. Not up to par on that one. Here we go. Knight f3, knight f6. Man, everyone's playing the Fee and Kettle systems against me today. How fun. c5. d5. Pawn takes. Knight to c6 here. We'll take on c4. Bishop e6. Oh. Queen takes. Rook to d8. Okay. a6 threatening b5 now. Okay. Bishop f5, rook c8. Pieces are all developed nicely. Rook takes. Knight to e5. Knight to d7. King f8. Boo. Knight e5 now. Bishop e6 here. They might play bishop f3 or pawn f4 here. Knight c7. Do I just take the free pawn? Bishop takes again. Do I just take the free pawn? Knight to d7. And then bishop's coming to c6 here to guard. b6, I think, just wins a piece now. Knight takes, because then rook takes on c7. Okay. They're threatening there. e5, rook to e7. Okay. Check. Bishop c3. I play f5 and I'll get out of this. Just got to make sure I don't lose on time. Pawn just takes here. Okay, bishop f6, threatening h4 check now. h4, pawn takes there. King there. I'm out. I'm out, baby. Bishop h5. Check, check. Oh, gosh. Yeah. He missed the other mate. There was two mates there. He missed the other one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He missed the second mate threat. And he could have won on time there easily. Okay, e4, take that game. Knight f3. Another elephant gambit. Knight to g3. b3 here. Bishop c4. This is my line I play against Witty Alien. I wonder if people have been doing work on it. Knight takes on h5. Knight back to g3. Take free poons when you can get them. Let's go rook b1. See what's up over here. Bishop c1 here. We don't need a castle. Although it is not too fun here either, huh? Well, I guess I just don't need a castle here. Let's go a4, a5 ideas. Perfect, a5. We can open up the queen side at least. Okay. Queen c1. Queen b2. Do not take until we have to. Queen b2. Pawn takes and check. They could take with the rook here, but this is, I think, more beneficial to me. And I'm going to play king e2. Funny enough, my king is better on e2 here. And then I guess we'll just take, yeah, h5 here. It doesn't matter if they take or not take. We need to get these knights active. Pawn takes, knight takes. Free pawn there. Let's go. Dang it. What's the idea here? Rook h7? What's the idea here, guys? Queen a8. It looks scary, but I don't think it has any threats just yet. It looks scary, but I don't think it has threats yet. Let's go. Knight takes on e5 here? I don't know. Knight takes here, doesn't do anything. Oh, I just lost on time. Dang it, I just lost on time. Ugh, okay. Here we go. Uh-oh, she's really fast. d4, let's play fast. f4, knight f3, bishop d3, queen to e2. Pawn takes on c5, knight to d2. I'll play e5 here. And then I go knight to e4, attacking on c5. I take free pawns. Just knight back to e4. I don't want to play that. c4. But now I can play bishop e3 and at least castle. I couldn't castle before. b3 is great for me. Rook to d1. And let's go knight to g5 here. Try to get a kingside attack going. Perfect. Let's go knight back to f3. f5 and e6. So that's why she plays that. Queen f2. Bishop c2. Rook takes. Oh, rook over to e1. I don't want trades. Bishop c1. Queen a7. Dang it. Oh, she took there. Perfect. All right, queen f2. Takes, check. King h1. She's stopping counterplays. Okay. Queen e2, queen f3. She's going to try to make trades here. Rook here, rook here. I'll take a draw. f5. Bishop takes. Rook to d1 is really strong. Rook a1, rook here. So I'm trying to take now. Okay. Bishop e3, bishop c1. Oh gosh. Good tactic, good defense. Okay, here we go, another 2900, and we're playing the Smith Mora. We need more of the Mora. e6, knight e7, knight g e7. Awesome. Bishop e7. Not the best line, in my opinion, but his rating is pretty good. So h4, maybe f6 is supposed to be played in this line. And the idea is to get the knight to e5 here, so f3 becomes weak. So that's not a bad move for them. Let's go knight to e5 here. I think I have to take back with the pawn here. Knight takes, and then pawn takes here. Here they played the right move. d5. Let's go knight c4 here. Pawn takes. Pawn to d5. Bishop c4. Bishop d5 I think is the correct move here, guys. If they go knight c3, we take and maybe take on f4 here for some interesting counterplay. h6 here. And then I'll take on... No, I don't take on b2 here. Oh man, what is going on here? Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Rook c8. Hoping for knight takes or something. Knight to d6. Okay. Rook to c6. What is going on here? Everything's way too fast, guys. Pawn takes bishop a4. Bishop takes h4. They're looking for the queen e4, queen d3 ideas. They cannot take right away. I could take on g5 here. Okay, check there, check there, check there. And they're just going to win on time. Ah, good game. I tried to defend that, man. It's so hard to defend Smith War against strong players. Although objectively better, I believe, they're just objectively better players too. So here we go. Bishop g7. Let's castle. Queen to d2. Knight to g4. This is the 150 attack. h6, and then king h7, h3, knight to f3. And I think black is just a bit worse here. Let's go queen a5 here. Interesting. h5 there. I guess we take. Okay. Let's go b5, b4 threat. Awesome. a2 is weak here. And then knight to d5 here, I guess. Okay. Bishop f5 is coming. Awesome. Free tempo on the knight. Knight to d7 here. Seems right. I don't know why. Bishop takes, knight takes. I'm just getting greedy here and taking all the pawns. Knight to d5. They're getting interesting here. Rook e8. I guess king takes here. Just trying not to get checkmated. I've taken a lot of material. Rook h5. Threatening kind of there. Threatening kind of there. Overprotecting on g6 here now. Okay. Let's go queen here. Pawn takes idea. Pawn takes. Check there. Pawn f6. Pawn takes. Knight takes there. Knight takes there. Checkmate on c2. Check there. Takes. Rook takes. Pawn b3. Check. Check. And then check. And then mate. No! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. That was just pre-moving moves there. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. e4. Take that centaur. Pawn takes. We're playing against a Scandi. Knight to c3. Pawn to b4. The Lionheart Gambit, one of my favorites. Knight to f3. d4. Knight to e5. Bishop f4. Free tempo. I missed just taking the free pawn there, though. So queen c7 looks decent. Okay, so takes. And then rook takes b7 here. Perfect. Bishop b5 check is decent. Or they can sacrifice their queen. There we go. Such a GM move there, man. And there you go. We're cranking my B-roll. All right, here we go. Here we go against Elliot. e4, knight to f3. d4, we got the Scotch. Knight to c3. Knight takes, bishop d3. Excuse me. Castles, pawn takes on d5. This variation, I play pawn to f3 is what I play. What do I play in this line? Well, I play queen to d2. This is my own invention. It's not very good. Queen d2, queen h4, and then bishop g5. It's not so simple for them here because of the bishop hanging in those variations. All right, they're going to try and make some trades here. Let's go rook e1. Knight b5, threatening on d4 now. c5 should get played. Okay. Taking too long here. Let's go knight to a3, threatening c4. Takes. And then we'll go queen g3. I don't want trades here so fast. I spent way too much time. a3, stopping that idea. Bishop f1, bishop takes. Rook over to e4 here. Rook takes f4 idea. Okay. Queen to d3. Rook takes and check. They'll play this anyways. They know it doesn't work, but they're just looking for trades. b3. Pawn takes. Okay. Good game, Elliot. Good game. Good game. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go, Chubs. Here we go. E4, C5. Oh, James, sorry. Bishop G7, Sicilian time, knight to F6. Let's just castle here, I guess. Knight G4 seems right to me. Knight takes E6, pawn takes so that we can stop D4. Rook takes. I guess H6 here. If bishop takes on E7, rook E8, and we'll take the pawn there on E4. So there, check. G5, I guess. Knight F6. Rook E7, rook E8. Bishop F5. Rook over to D8. They'll try and make some trades here. Let's play B6. Bishop E6. Knight to D5. Pawn to C5. F6. King G7. Pawn takes. Time is very low right now. Let's go. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna get flagged. Oh, this is 2900. I was like, man, this guy's playing so fast here. Bishop C6, rook takes, pawn takes. Yeah, good game. Dang, good game. E4, C5, Sicilian time, G6, Bishop G7, Knight C6, D6, Knight F6. Let's go ahead and castle. H6, probably kingside attacking ideas. Bishop to D7. Here we go. Opposite side. I'm sorry, same side castling, but he's pushing the F pawn over here. I'm gonna go queen side. He's gonna go king side. Trying to open up the position for myself. B3, C4 ideas are in the air too. Perfect. C4 is now the right move. Let's play A3 here. They'll play B3, and then I take on C3. Or do I play C4 here? Let's take on C3 and then play C4. Because D4, I have this nice square over here on D3. Typically, I don't get this. Queen A5, A3 is my idea. That's okay, we just take back. Knight F4 actually is not a bad idea, right? Pawn just takes. Queen just takes. Knight F4 is guarding, so he doesn't win the rook. Okay, queen to D6. Everything's guarded. Okay. Bishop C6 here. Trading off of this bishop will make the king a little bit weaker. Bishop takes. And E5 here. Doesn't look bad to me. It'll just help me get a pawn a little bit closer. He agrees. Queen takes on A3. Watch the time here, Jesse. Okay, knight D5, looking for threats in all the wrong places. Queen takes A2. We'll take on A2 first, then take on A2. And then, I don't know, knight B4, knight takes. Queen to C2. Oh gosh, not fast enough. Knight C6, knight to D4. Winning, but way too slow. So hard in those ones. E4, D4, C3, F4. Take that centaur. Bishop to D3. Pawn to E5. Pawn just takes. Bishop E3. Let's try to hold on to this pawn. This is the right strategy. But whenever you lose that pawn, you need to open up the game. Pawn takes. Ignore and just keep developing. Rook takes on F3 since the bishop would be hanging. Bishop F2 here. The knight was attacking it, obviously. Let's go. Oh, man. Knight B5 here. Bishop takes. Okay. Rook E1. A little bit of threat there. Bishop to D3. Rook takes here is definitely decent. I mean, bishop takes there is a good move. Okay, he's just looking for trades. Let's go bishop E4. If we are going to trade, at least make it beneficial for us. Bishop takes. That's okay, rook B1. Rook E4. Okay. Rook B6. Bishop A5. Rook D6. Okay. H3. Bishop takes or something. Rook to D6 here. Rook E3. Rook takes D4, definitely getting played. Rook takes E6 is very nice. Rook to d6 here. Probably just losing on time, though. Rook to d6. King h2. Pawn takes. Bishop d5 check. Pawn to d7. Bishop check. Queen there. Queen takes. And I lose. Here we go. What's this one about? It's a d4 opening. It's knight to f6. Pawn to d5. Probably a Jabava London. Very popular these days. c5, e6. Knight to d7. Knight just takes when they do this kind of crap. And the knight just goes to d7 here. They're going to build up for kingside attack. I guess we'll just try to ignore them as best we can. Yeah, taking on d5 here is actually kind of interesting, huh? Rook a7. And then we'll go queen b6, I guess. Kind of surviving here. They have a lot of pressure. Queen e6 is an idea. Bishop e7, and probably castling is going to be great for us now. Rook d6 was really interesting there. Queen e6, threatening on a2. And then rook to e8. Bishop f8. Knight takes on e5 is the whole idea. Bishop b7, he blundered that one. Knight b6, let's keep adding pressure. Big butts, and I cannot lie. Knight takes. Bishop takes. Queen takes. Rook c7. e6. Rook c6. Alright, let's go f6 here. Alright, pawn takes. Oh gosh, what's my time like? Not too bad. a5, b4. c4 check, and then we'll take. I didn't want that guy to get in there. Bishop takes. c3 is my new idea. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes. Oh, rook takes and check. King there. I should be able to win this endgame now. Pawn takes. Rook check. King over here. Rook takes. Can't take the pawn. Pawn takes. King here. Okay. Oh gosh, rook check. King g7. Dang it. Well, I was winning. All right, let's keep it going. e4, let's take that centaur. d4, pawn to f4, e5. I like this pawn structure. Knight f3, bishop d3, e6 now because g6 is weak. Bishop takes in check, knight to g5, threatening there. What do they play? Knight b6, I guess. Let's castle. I could take on h5 there. The new threat's queen e2. If I can open up this f5, I'd be very happy. Queen e2, threatening to take on e6 now. Perfect. And they're going to be losing here because they're threatening the knight and also threatening the checkmate on f7. Game over. All right, there we go, guys. Oh man, that's how it's done. Uh-oh, cake. Of popular demand, I will probably be doing the Halloween Gambit. d4, d5, f4, e5. This is all theory. d6, white's already better now. Yeah, she's had a hard time with this. I'm surprised she hasn't looked it up yet. Knight b5, it defends the pawn and also threatens knight c7 check. If they go king to d8, it's bishop e3 here. Interesting. I guess we'll just check and then take, I guess. I'm actually not too sure what the real move is supposed to be. Here we go, bishop e3, threatening bishop takes on a7 here. Okay, queen there, queen to d2. Threatening, again, the castle. Okay. King f2 here. Actually, I think we could just castle here. We're threatening on d5 and d6 here. So, for instance, if they take on e3 either way, I take on one of these guys. I think the Halloween Gambit got her again. Bishop takes on a7 here. Bishop b6 check, and the knight can now escape. She'll probably try to move the queen. Oh, interesting. c4 or c3. Bishop d4 here. Then I could take here. And I have queen check here too. Winning the bishop right away and defending the knight. Queen takes. Knight takes. Bishop takes check. Queen check, and this will probably win the queen here, but bishop a6 check. All right. Check. And then rook to d3. Rook here. Check. Checkmate. Ideas. Check, check. Queen check is not mate. Oh, man. Here we go. Here we go. e4, c5, Sicilian time. g6. Bishop g7. Knight to c6. d6. Pawn takes. Knight to f6. Let's just castle here. h6, just like last time. This is a very interesting variation to play. e5. Pawn takes. And we'll play... gosh darn it. Knight to e5. It's not a good move. Rook to e8. Knight to d7. And knight to c5 here. Threatening on e4. Takes, 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 knight takes. I guess just rook back to... Oh, wait a second. I don't know what I'm supposed to play here. Never mind. I guess... No, I don't know what I'm supposed to play here. Because this is the double threat. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm low on time, and I gotta learn this line a little bit better. I'm winning... that was not winning of a pawn. I was just worse the whole time. All right, e4, knight to f3, d4, knight c3, a3, knight back, bishop to d3 here. Gosh, what is this music? Queen e2. Let's go ahead and get ready to castle. Awesome. Bishop g5, f4 ideas. King h1, always good idea before, just to move your king out the way. Bishop h4. Rook to e1. Yep, nice move here. Knight takes on e4. Rook to d1. f5. Perfect timing. Rook takes. Queen g4 doesn't work here, does it? Let's go queen g4 here. I don't think it works, but I just want to add some pressure here. Pawn takes maybe. Okay. Double the rooks. Ready to take on f7. Knight to d4, e5. Rook f6, threatening to take on d6. That loses though. Let's go rook to f3. Dang it. This went really bad. Let's go h3. Rook takes f7, I think. Ugh, this is terrible. Knight to d2. Then rook takes on h7. Nope. Rook d3, knight to f3. Okay. Rook takes d6 is still losing. My gosh. Okay, knight to f3. Then I can take on d6 here finally. Perfect. The other times I couldn't do it. Oh, never mind. I just lost on time. That's okay. That position was quite terrible for me. Quite terrible indeed. Hello, Mr. Hans Schultz. g6. Bishop g7. And here we go with the Marazzi bind. Knight to c6. d6. Knight to f6. Let's castle. Bishop d7. a5, a4, a3. Yeah, a4 can still get played because if knight takes, and then the bishop takes on a4. So bishop take, or pawn takes, queen a5. Rook f to c8. Maybe not really needed in this position. Knight d5 is a move. Although knight d5, sometimes I gambit. Okay, so pawn takes here is good for me because now the pawn's backwards. Let's go rook b8 here now. We can put pressure on b3. Let's go h5 idea. h4, h3. I don't want to trade queens here if I don't have to. c5 is not a bad move. d5. I could play e5 here, bishop f4. Taking on d5 doesn't win the exchange because if they do take, bishop f5 gets played. So e5 here, perfect timing, and bishop f5 is still getting played. Perfect. Okay, they dropped that over there. Let's go d4, knight to d5, bishop c4, rook takes b6 because the bishop hangs. Bishop takes check. Nope, queen takes. Hopefully he doesn't get that counterplay of getting the pawn across the board like he's trying to do right now. e4. Let's go knight g4, knight e3 idea. defending here. So knight e3. Bishop takes. Queen takes here. We'll threaten checkmate on g2 here, which is pretty cool. Not the idea. Okay, queen e4. Awesome. Woo. Clean, clean, clean. Here we go. Knight f3, knight f6, g6, bishop g7. We got symmetrical English here. D5, d4. E4, c3 they typically play here. Let's go knight to d5 here. I'm looking to play knight to c3 next. Let's do knight c3 here. Okay. Let's go bishop f5 here. Pawn takes still is the idea. Rook c8, trying to defend this pawn. Knight c4. Bishop g4, pressure on e2, check now. They missed it, check, takes. Awesome. If they take there, knight takes d3, then knight takes b2. Okay. All it takes is one move missed. Allow me in. Allow me in, guys. Allow me in. Whew, okay. Okay. Uh-oh. We got Grandmaster Caden Trough. Let's do it, man. All right. We've been playing a few of these Sicilians. He's been spanking me every time because I'm a bad little boy. Here we go. Knight to d5. Let's put pressure on a3. Castles. Rook e1 out the pin. He's played a different line each time, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Pawn takes. They're going to take on e6, and I messed that. Pawn takes. Let's play queen c4 here. And then c3. And then the queen back to e2. Rook takes there. Bishop f4, trying to guard on d6. Okay. d6 now. Okay. Queen to d5. Queen to a4. Threatening a4 and a5. So if he takes on d6, queen takes a5, I think is just winning a piece now. Because I'm threatening here and here. So now I got both of these knights hanging. Awesome. All right, let's go. Gosh darn it. h4. Okay. Rook e7. Pawn takes. Rook takes d7. Bishop to d5. Looking a little bit drawish here, which I am very happy to say that. Rook takes on f7 here. Doesn't do anything. Let's just play rook here real quick. All right, rook takes on f7. Rook takes on f7. Rook check here would be winning. King g2. h5 is not a bad idea here to play bishop e4. And then take on h7 here, check. Rook e7. Bishop check. Rook check. Rook takes. Is he going to clock me? Probably. Good game. Good game. All right, here we go. Pawn to e4. Pawn takes on d5. I assume that was a mistake on the pre-move. Knight to c3. Mouse slip right there. h3. Knight f3. Bishop e3. Let's attack the Scandi, guys. Free pawns. We take them. Rook takes on d1. Won't do anything much. Let's castle first. And then after like rook to d8, we'll play a3 with the idea of b4 here. So b4 will just skewer. So I'm holding on to my pawn right there. b4 just gets played. Knight b5 could have been played right away, but not needed right now. Let's play queen to b3 here. Pawn takes. I'll take this open file if they want to give it to me. The pin doesn't look strong enough, at least not to me. Knight to d5 here. And then I have the rook going somewhere. Free tempo here, free tempo there. Let's go rook to d1. Knight b6 if they do play e6. Pins and wins is the hope. Here we go. Queen c2, putting pressure on the knight. Knight c3. Okay. Let's go rook to d3, I guess. Trade off for the bishop. Pawn takes. Dang it. I did drop that pawn. Let's go queen to d2. Position's not dead yet. Let's go rook to d8. Bishop c5. Bishop takes. Queen to d6. And I think I'm just winning this endgame here. Rook takes c8. Okay, queen check. Queen check. Check. Bishop f5. Queen check. I'm going to lose on time. Rook d6. Dang it. That was a really nice idea, though. Really nice idea. Here we go. e4, c5. Take that Sicilian. Hey, what the heck? Come on, dude. Don't do that to me. g6, c5. Proceed, proceed. Uh-oh. Bishop g7. Pawn takes. Thank you so much, Southern Chess Spirit. Castles. a6, b5 idea. Knight d7. Knight b6. Yeah, he's so fast, man. If he wasn't trying to beat me on time, I'm sure that he would just be winning anyways. Rook over to c8. Pressure over here. Let's go e6 here. Bishop e3. Interesting. Bishop e4. Knight takes. Rook takes c3. Well, he just dropped his piece. Okay. Queen to d5 here. F6, e5. I'm trying to open up this position more. He dropped another piece. Rook takes on f3. E4 now. The rook check there. Bishop f8. Rook b3 check. Rook to d3. Queen e6 attacking on g4. Queen takes g4 check. And then queen h3 doesn't do anything. Rook here. Rook h5. King g7. Check there. King there. Rook takes. Queen takes. Ah! Alright, alright. I'm doing okay, guys. I'm happy with my play this tournament. Here we go. Oh gosh, I have no idea what country that was. e6. Here we go. c5. Going for a modern Benoni. d6, g6, bishop g7, castles, rook to e8, attacking the pawn. a6, b5, so they play a4, knight to b7, queen c7, probably knight c4 will get played here, when I'll play rook to b8. And then I could play b5 now. Pawn takes, knight a5, b4. Knight b5 is a good move. Queen b6 here, knight c6. And then bishop to f8 here. Knight takes, bishop to d7 here. Trying to entrap the knight. e4 is also hanging here too, so I can take on e4. So bishop d7, knight to a7. And then, let's see, what do I play here? What do I play here? Let's go knight g4, h3, knight. The knight gets trapped there, so I can't do that. All right, bishop g7, h6 idea. Yeah, the knight's kind of trapped here, but not really. h6, bishop takes. I guess rook e7? No. Knight h5, and then bishop e5. I'm trying to stop them from getting f4 in. King g7 next, if they play the queen to d2. And then now the rook can go back, and this is okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not my best life, but it's a life. I'm surviving here. e6 is a move. Pawn takes. Bishop c6, bishop b5. I'm losing now. The once terrible knight is going to be able to trade off. e7, rook here. And now there's no good way to defend there. Good game. Dang it. But it's what happens in the modern Benoni. Oh my gosh. Keep it going, guys. e4. How much time we got left? 33 minutes. Perfect. e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes. Here we go. We'll try to defend against the Stafford Gambit. Bishop e2, getting ready to castle. h5 typically gets played. c3, knight g4, d4. Oh, interesting. Let's go bishop to e3 then. And then knight to d2. We're going to castle queenside here. Castle's queenside. Bishop f3 here. I just left d4, d3 hanging. Okay. e5. King takes. Knight c4. Rook to d4 here. Okay. Rook to d2. e4. Knight e3, knight f5. knight f5, pawn takes, rook takes, king e3, pawn takes, f4, I guess. Not a bad endgame for me. Let's go rook g7, king up. Yeah, I don't mind this endgame at all. Check, pawn takes, rook takes, king up. I think this is theoretically a winning position. b4. All the pawns are backwards now. King g5. f5 is my next move. Okay. f5, pawn takes. a3. King takes now. e6, easy endgame win. h4, pawn takes. Let's go ahead and make our queen. Check. And actually, I think we mate. Bam! Winning king and pawn endgame. That's the name of that one. Actually, I'm going to go grab some coffee real quick. BRB. Towels are. Please put some over here. It'll be helpful so I can clean up if I make messes. All right, guys, I am back and let's do it. On to the next game. Here we go. I like that end game. That was nice. Here we go. e4. Let's take that centaur. d5. We attack the Scandi. Scat, 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 scat. All right, we're going to go bishop c4. The game is not to let them play bishop g4, at least without getting this beautiful pawn advance. She don't want this smoke. She don't want this smoke. She backed up. Queen to d2. Excuse me. Bishop back to e3. They'll probably play... Oh, interesting. Let's castle. Bishop to d3. Let's go g4. Threatening g5. Probably knight d5 will get played. I'd like to play g5 or bishop takes here. Let's not get distracted. g5 is the move. Bishop takes. Knight to e4. Knight to a4. Terrible move here. They just take on a4. Rook g1. Bishop to h6. Bishop takes idea. Let's go knight to f4 here. Or we go queen f4. I think we go knight to f4 here. Threatening knight h5. Okay. Oh, dang it. I missed b2. All right, we're going queen g2 now. We're going all in. We have nothing else. Bishop c3 check. Okay, king e2 here. Okay. Let's go knight to h5. Rook takes, I guess. Okay, rook takes. Rook to d2. King to d1. Knight takes f6. Check is winning. Okay. Knight check. Queen to g5. Queen takes f6 idea. Okay. Queen e5 now. Checkmate idea. Okay. Rook to d4. Oh, okay. Oh, she's 2800. Dear Lord. Should not have been messing around with her. All right, hey, it's chess with the king. Let's do it again. e4, c5, g6, pawn takes, bishop g7. Main line here, knight to f6. Oops. Pawn takes here. He likes this variation. Let's go knight to h6. Let's castle. d6 here, pawn takes. And then queen to a5, putting pressure over here. Queen to c7 over here. Queen to a5. Queen to c7. If he wants to take a draw, we could take a draw. Knight to f5. Bishop to e6, probably pawn there. Knight e7. Knight to d5. Bishop just takes. Rook b8 now. Okay, rook e8. And queen b7. Rook takes, threatening over here on b2. Yep, he'll play there. Knight to d5. Pawn takes there. Queen to b4, threatening checkmate over here. Dark square bishop is worth a exchange. Queen takes f4 check is also an idea, I guess. Having a hard time defending this idea, I guess. Queen takes on f4 check, and then queen to f6. And it's hard again to defend against this idea. Okay. Queen check. Bishop check. Okay. Bishop back to f6. I got the king a little bit weakened. Okay. Rook d8 check. Rook over to b8. Bishop h4. Check. Check. Rook d8 check. Takes. Bishop f there. Bishop f6 check. Eesh. Yeah, the king is just so vulnerable back there. He's just having a hard time with it, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Sicilian time. Bishop g7, e6. Oh, I hate this variation. I'm losing. Ugh. Okay. Bishop f8. Yep. Queen f6. There. Knight to h6, I guess. And then I have to play a6. And then we go take on b5. They take on h6 there. Bishop takes on f7 finally. King there. Rook takes on f7 here. Ugh, dang it. This stupid line, dude. Yeah, this happens every freaking time. I need to not fall into the move order. So annoying. All right, here we go. e4. c5, knight f3, d4, knight takes, knight c3, knight b3, bishop to d3, pawn takes, castles, pawn takes here. Let's go, I guess knight takes on d5, queen to e2. Oh, queen to f3 is going to be my move. h3, bishop to h6, rook there, rook e1. Who's that girl? Okay, bishop b5, annoying good move. Knight to d4. And then pawn just takes. Rook's gonna, oh, never mind. Bishop takes, queen just takes there. Queen just takes there. Queen just takes there. Rook to d1. Bishop there is what I'm expecting. Okay. Bishop g5 doesn't do anything. Let's go rook to d2, threatening to double the rooks. Okay. Queen takes on a6, I guess. Okay. Okay. Rook to d1. Okay, bishop e3. I tried to be too tricky there, a3. Alright, good game. Yeah, I don't got no more tricks there. My time's too low. Yeah, maybe rook e2 there, I guess, was better than. e4, Sicilian time, c5, d4, knight takes, knight to c3, knight to e2, g3 here. We got ourselves a good fight coming on. This is a really interesting variation. Bishop g2, bishop f5. Oh, never mind. I'll just castle here. Because my king can get to the center, I'll be happy with that. So you can technically take on d5 there. Okay. I think they just lose a piece now. Rook to d1 and c4, right? Yeah, rook just takes on d5 now. Yeah, even if it didn't matter what they did, they're just going to lose a pawn there. c3 and bishop e3 is my next move. Free tempo on the queen, and I'm guarding on b2, and I can double my rooks next. Never lose a tempo. Winning another pawn. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Rook takes on b7. Rook takes on a7. Queen to e6. Oh, I guess we'll take on e7 here too. Why not? Okay. Rook b7 here. Double up the rooks. The new threats, bishop to d5. They might add a check there or something. Oh, interesting. Let's go bishop d5 there. Check will happen. King g2. And then now they have to worry about f7 here still. So queen f3, f6, and f7 is now hanging. So rook takes f7 is just killing. Bishop takes real quick. No more back rank checks. Queen takes on f6. And now rook takes f7's killer. Bishop controls the diagonal, so no good moves for them. I think even if I played rook takes f7 there, I think I'm still winning there because I don't think there's any good way to play against it. All right, c5 first move. Let's take on d4. Knight c6, g6 here. Bishop g7, knight f6. Playing a good old-fashioned game here. Good old-fashioned. Aw, man. Bishop g4, threatening to take, and then go knight to d4. Trades are good for us here. Let's go rook c8. Bishop takes f3, knight to e5. At least winning a pawn here, if not giving some weaknesses. Knight takes on c4. Perfect timing. Rook takes on c4. Pawn to b5 here, defending. e4 is our new weakness we want to attack now. We'll take on e4 here. We'll take on e4. Up. Pawn takes. Okay, d5. b2 pawn is weak. That's why I did this. e6. And then queen b8 will be my next idea because I want to just put the rooks on this diagonal and put pressure there on b2. Hey. Oh, I try. I'm quick, but these guys are pretty quick too. Knight c5. Perfect. This cuts off the rook, and maybe they'll take on c5, which would be losing. I'm also attacking the queen. Rook takes, and now this is hanging, this is hanging. If they go rook a5, queen to b6, and I have discovery, and I'm attacking this guy. So I think they're just lost now. GG, good game. Here we go, e4. Let's take that centaur. Knight to f3, knight to c3. I don't care. We're going to Halloween gambit. d4. Pawn takes to give back the material. Bishop d3. I'm not trading off my queens just yet. Let's castle. Let's go king h1. Knight g4 is a really good move for them because f3 of queen h4 actually is the move that I'm afraid of him playing. Oh, that one is okay. King takes, and then they can play this other one. So here, what do we play? Queen e1? I think just queen e1 here. Bishop takes. This is not so bad because at least I survive. And I'm very good at surviving. King just takes now. There's no checkmate. f4. He missed the check. He was supposed to take the rook first. Let's play f5, keeping the position closed. Yeah. He should have taken it. I don't know what was going on in his head. a4. And when they end up finally playing h3, we're just going to play g3 here. So bishop e3 real quick. Bishop e2. Queen f2. Okay. Bishop e2 here. a5, g4. And then king g1. Queen e2. He should take here and try just to... dang it. I'm just going to lose on time here anyways. Theoretically winning, but lost on time. Story of my life. They not like us. 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 All right, good game. All right, how much time we got? 18 minutes. Knight f6. Let's go against d4. c5 here. I love to play this. a6. We're actually transposing into a Sicilian line now. Okay, you know what? This is actually symmetrical kind of a Sicilian. Knight c6. We really want to play b5 here. Not anymore. d6. Rook c1, threatening knight to d5. Knight to e5 here. They have what's called the Marazzi hop in this position. Bishop d7, f4. Oh, rook c8. Knight to g6. Again, don't go back the other way. Queen b8. And now we can play b5 here. He stopped it again. Rook e8. Knight to e5 here. Pawn takes on e6. Okay. Let's go b5 here. I'm not sure if this quite works, but rook takes. Bishop takes. Knight g4 checks. Knight takes f2 ideas. Oh. Dang it, I miscalculated that really badly. I thought I was gonna be able to win the knight, win the rook for that, but that did not work at all. Oh man. Oh man. All right, here we go. E4, knight to F3. Ah, D5, pawn takes. Let's just play knight to C3. Pawn takes. He really wants to gambit. Here we go. Bishop B5 check. Pawn to D4, threatening D5. Let's go ahead and just play bishop back to E2. Knight takes. I'm not going to take and give him the bishop pair. The threat's to play D5 here and take that center. Now I'm threatening to take on E6 here and grab that bishop pair. Bishop F3 is going to be my next idea. Takes, castles. They could castle queenside here. Rook E1. Bishop F3, at least winning a pawn. Takes. Bishop. Actually, we'll trade here and take on A6, C4, B3. And this will help me out quite a bit. So B3, now my pawns can be running forward. Bishop D2. Okay. Let's go rook to D1 here. Make sure everything is protected. Bishop F4, Bishop E5. The threat is to take in check and then go knight D5 check. Perfect. They fell for it perfectly. Check. Okay. Game on, guys. Game on. Here we go. Uh-oh. Let's go G6, a different move order for him. He'll still probably go for the bishop C4 stuff, but it won't work. It won't work. All right, castles. H5, dang it, G4. F6 here. Let's go D5, threatening D4. Pawn to D4. He loses. Knight C6, maybe G4 he'll play. That's okay. Pawn takes, rook to H8. Let's go rook H8. And then knight to E5 here. F4, that's okay with me. Let's go knight back. If I could get F5 in, I'll be a lot happier in life. Let's go F5 here. I'm a lot happier in life. Although, I don't know. I don't really feel as happy as I thought it was. A5, A4, A3. Okay. He's taking some time here. Okay. A little bit annoying. Knight A5. They're threatening to, like, trap the queen here. Not anymore. Knight takes on B3. A5. Knight D4 is a good move for him. Queen just takes. Do I play knight takes or pawn takes here? Let's go bishop C6, grab the exchange. Probably want to play knight to D4. I guess queen back to F7. This is still okay. I'm still up an extra piece. Not to be worried about D7 here. A4, A3. Pawn takes. Queen E7, knight takes. And then I'll just bring the king over here. Okay, king E6. Rook B8. Rook takes. Rook over here. G5. Knight G6. Game over. There we go. There we go. Oof. All right. Bring on the Cabinet Masters. E4. Knight to F3. Knight C3. Another Halloween Gambit. Nope. But it's still good here. Pawn takes. F4. Pawn takes. Bishop D3. I like this position. F5 is important. They're going to play F6 here. It's pretty much forced. Let's go Rook F3. Rook H3. Let's take. Rook to G3 here. Kingside attack is a brewing. Bishop H6 is coming. Let's go Queen H5 here. Knight E5 is an idea. It's not a bad one either. Let's go Bishop to D2. Rook G8 will get played. Oh no, it doesn't get played. Wow. Rook F3. Rook F4. Okay. Now Rook G8 gets... Oh, wow. I can't tell what this guy's up to. Let's play C4, Bishop C3. Perfect. Okay. Rook to F3. He stopped all my attacks, so what can I do? Ready to take over here on F6. Okay. H3. I guess maybe he's playing Queen to G7 or something. King H2. Queen F2. Rook takes f6 as an idea. a3. Man, my pawn structure is just terrible here. Okay. Bishop b2. Rook to d3. Bishop takes. Rook d6. Okay. Good game. Good game. Very technical position there. Very technical. I was just worse. And he played it nice and slow. Good job. Okay. All right, d4, knight f6, e6, c5. Let's do it. Pawn takes, d6, g6, bishop g7. Knight to d7 here. Not bishop d7. We castle. A6 here. Takes his best. They didn't do it. Queen c7. Rook e8. Knight e5 here. Bishop g3 is a good move. Rook b8 to try and prepare b5. They might play b4 here, but b6 gets played. I'll play h6 real quick. King h7. When they play f4, now the knight just goes to d7. Now the knight will go to there. Nope. Okay, now we can go c4, knight c5 plans here. b5, protecting things, but e5 is coming, guys. e5 is coming. Here it comes, e5, knight to d7. Rook takes in check here. Perfect, they did it this way. This is better for me because now it's not getting into the game. Knight to d3. Let's take on c1 here. Pawn takes in check here is not a bad idea. All right, let's go b4 here. Takes. Oh my gosh, this is gonna get bad. c3, bishop takes check. Oh my gosh, it got worse before I thought it was gonna get worse. Bishop takes d5 here. Bishop takes on e6 here. Pawn takes. These are not too bad. Rook b2. Because, oh, this is bad because they did win a piece. I thought I was going to be able to queen. I missed that the bishop was guarded there. Ugh. Bishop f6, bishop a2. Bishop a2. Yeah, good game. Ugh. Good game, good game. All right, 10 minutes left, guys. We got time for like 5, maybe 4 games. Here we go. e4, let's take that centaur. d4, knight c3, e5, f4, queen takes d4, knight to f3, bishop d3, knight takes on d4. Let's castle. King h1, knight takes. And here we'll just take bishop f4. Oh, I missed the knight f2 check. That's my fault. That's okay. Bishop g3, queen to d2. They might take on b2 here. I don't really care about that. Let's go rook to f1. Pawn takes here, maybe. Let's go h4, h5, h6. Yeah, not a bad idea. Because of bishop b4. h5. Okay. Let's go knight to h4 here, threatening knight f5. Bishop takes is good. Knight f5 here. Pawn takes here. Knight takes e7 check ideas. Let's go queen c3. Knight takes on e7 check and threatening to take the pawn. Queen b7, threatening the bishop over there again. Knight to d4 here. Knight c6 ideas maybe. Bishop b5 ideas here. Queen takes on a7. Bishop b5. Knight takes on e7 check. Knight takes c8. Knight takes on e6. Bishop to d3. Okay, rook takes, queen takes. Queen to d7. Okay, king h2. Bishop takes, queen check here. Check, pawn up. I don't see any good checks here. And I'm going to checkmate him now. Woo! He freaked out at the end, man. Freaking out, man. c5, Sicilian time, g6. Pawn takes, knight f6, knight c6. If queen back to d1, we take on e5. e6 here for the cheapo, bishop b4. Let's go knight to d5 here. And then bishop g7. Keep putting pressure on this pawn. Let's go knight to e7 here. Time to defend the pawn. Let's castle here. Let's go d5. Hopefully he'll do that. And then we have e5 here. Knight just takes here. e5 is okay. e5 is okay. e4 ideas are in the future. Let's go f5 and then e4 idea. Okay. e4. Pawn takes here, queen takes here, pawn takes d3. Okay. Let's go bishop. Just go queen b6 and get crazy and take on b2. Things are going to get crazy. b2, threatening to take the knight. Let's go bishop d7 here. Queen takes on a3. Kind of threatening the pawn. Okay, king over. Is mostly just to defend. Oh no, knight takes g6, check here, wins. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. Bishop e5. Oh, knight takes g6, check here, still wins. Yeah, he had that last move. King f7. I guess just king takes here. Okay. King f7. Takes. Yeah. This is another way to win. It's a lot harder, I think. King f7. Oh, never mind. Just winning on time. Alright, here we go. e4, c5. g6, Sicilian time. Bishop g7, knight c6, knight f6. Let's castle. d5, main line. Knight takes. Queen takes. Queen takes. Queen a5. Pawn takes. This is all main line. Rook b8 to win the pawn. They take this pawn. The pawn structure's messed up, so it's not usually best to take it. Pawn e5 here. Then we'll go rook to d8. Bishop to e6. Bishop to d5 here. Perfect. Hopefully he'll take. a5 here. Pawn c4. Bishop h8. There's no need to trade. Rook to d7 here. Bishop e6. f6. Bishop g7 here. f5, e4 ideas in the future. Double the rooks. Why not? I assume he's going to just try and make more trades. f5. Queen takes. Okay. Queen takes. e4. Bishop b1 is best. And let's go king here. Okay. Bishop f6. Bishop here. That's okay. I think this is just a very much a better endgame for me. h6. Pawn takes. f4. h3 is weak. Okay. Bishop just takes here. Okay. King here. Bishop e6. King there. h5, g4. Here we go. Bishop checks. Then bishop here. g4. Okay, c5. Terrible move. g3. I'm going to push the h-pawn. Yeah, he just lost control over that position. Endgame was good. Oh, man. That's funny. Usually people that trade into endgames usually know the endgames pretty well. All right, d4, c3, f4. Are we at that time yet? Oh, no, we can still play some chess here, but he doesn't want to. f5, knight here. Let's go f6 now. Bishop takes h6 and also checkmating ideas. Pawn takes here. Bishop g5, winning at least a piece here. Okay. I figured it out. I figured it out here, guys. How to win when your opponent just keeps moving the pieces back and forth. You control the center and then attack them. Here we go. Knight f3. Another, what's it called? Elephant gambit. There we go. d3. And then let's castle. A4. Bishop D2. Knight H4. Let's take, and I can bring my knight to F5. Knight takes F4. Bishop takes. Yeah, there. Queen H5, Knight G6. Bishop back to D2. And let's go Rook F3 with the idea of Rook H3. We'll definitely sacrifice on H6. Okay. Rook H3. Rook over to F1. Rook G3 ideas now. Rook F5. Of course, we don't want to trade. Rook to G3. H7 ideas. Double the rooks. Bishop G5 is my next idea. Dang it. Okay, I guess we just take on C5 here. Rook there, a knight there, sorry. I guess rook here. No, just rook F2. I was gonna say he's gonna try to make a trade again, right? Rook takes D4. Bishop F4, Knight G6, Bishop G3, Queen F5 off a rook. Now Rook to D5, Pawn G6 or something. Bishop takes, Rook takes, Rook takes, Rook C5, check, check. Yeah, good game. This game doesn't matter now. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. Oh man. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. If you haven't already, go and give a follow. Here we go. E4, A6, B6, C6, D6, E6, F6, pawn takes, E5, G6, H6, G5. The master's opening. Go I want. I'm young CEO. Should. Yeah. Yeah. Knight takes. I don't know, but obviously I'm winning. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. Yep, I also stream on TikTok Monday through Friday. Hopefully I'll get my OBS going and then I can go ahead and be streaming on all platforms all the time. But I stream pretty regularly. Thanks for hanging out and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!